welcome to another episode. I'm Jo.
And I'm Mike.
We're renovating Justin, our Ford Transit campervan. Last week we put all the framing in for the walls, and this week
We might get round to putting the walls in.
so we're getting on to that today. The first piece of wall we're putting up is going to cover this piece over the wheel arch in our garage area underneath our bed. So Mike's measuring that up now.
So I've measured up and marked out where the wheel arch is, and also a piece at the back of the heater, because that actually goes in slightly behind the wall. And then I need to cut them out.
An electrical socket for our fridge is going to go in this section, so Mike's drilling a hole for that now. He's starting by drilling a hole in a test piece of wood just to check the size.
As snug as a bug.
Mike's now drilling the actual hole, which is going to be for a cigarette socket to run our fridge.
Having cut halfway through, we'll swap the board over to make a cleaner cut. Lovely fit. Cigarette lighter, positive, to the red one. Negative. Need to cut through the hole. And just needs a couple of screws in there.
Mike's now cutting the wheel well for the other side of the garage. And then he's finishing off the little edges with the jigsaw. Mike's got the sides to our garage on. Looking good there, Mike. Oh, what's he doing now?
I'm sticking a piece of cardboard to the side because I can't be bothered to put plywood up. No, I'm going to make a template. Try and get this angle here for the end of the wall.
Oh, yep. Are you going to do some scribing?
I haven't got a scribe, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the greatest distance there and then mark this card all the way up, going up, bum bum bum. I marked out my template, now to cut it out. So I've got a craft knife, and we're just going to go through it again. Now to see how good the fit is. Look at that, not too bad, just needs to be tightened up slightly. It's pretty good for the first fit. First step is to put my template up on this board. This is going to be left hand side, and that's what we've got to cut out and then right there somewhere. Let's get cracking. Just see if this template will actually fit the other side as well. Not quite, it's a pretty good fit though. Perhaps if I had two hands free, it will fit better. But yeah, we can use that. So we'll save that template for the other side. So there's my side panel cut out now. Now all I have to do is to make some holes in it. So to start off with, is have to go back into the van, measure up and mark some holes. So this little mark is 1.50 m from the left hand side, or the rear doors. So I'm going to use that as a reference point to do my measurements. So from up to there, that's my power points. Then above that will be a USB port and the display for the heater. So that little mark there marks the 1.50 m along the board. So I can measure up from there by 585 should get me to the centre of where that power point is. So I've drilled a hole, two holes where the 240 sockets are going, another one for the USB and another one for the heater display. And I need to drill my holes. We have two holes, USB, heater display. So the cable will go through there, hopefully. Push that through. And put that over the top.
For the rectangular 240 volt sockets, Mike's going to drill two holes with a 54mm hole saw. Then he'll square it off with a jigsaw.
Yeah, just a little bit of tidying up then to do with the jigsaw.
I won't forget.
Look at that. It's good, Mike. Has this gone up a bit higher?
I did that because it's from there to there. It's 1.2 metres.
Okay,
you don't have
cool.
to cut the sheet.
Yeah, and this is where our cupboards are going to go anyway. And this gives us a little space to get through to our wiring if we need to. Looking good. And he's got puttied in, ready for sanding and painting.
On two sides.
Both sides done. Looking good, Mike.
I'm cutting out a piece of this, out of this piece of wood, which is going up behind the 240 volt inlet, because the inlet comes inside the van in the back of the cupboard, but then it has to go in behind the wall. Safety first. Protect my ears and my eyes.
It's not safe to be on your own. It's so far from home. As long as I cannot hear a sound, I lay it in the ground.
So I've got most of the wall panels up and holes made in them and cables hanging out. That's a data cable.
So we can connect up to an external hard disk. So it's a lot quicker.
Quicker than Wi-Fi. Here it's going to be a socket for the lights, the multicolour lights, which will be this side and the other side. This is for the cupboard light under here. Charging point, display for our diesel heater, and a couple of power points, 240 volts, which the electrician's doing. And down at the bottom we've got a point down there for the fridge.
Another data cable this side in case we want to hook two laptops up. What's this one, Mike?
That's the other end of that. This one over here, which is for the multicolour lights.
What's this one?
Charging point.
A USB, is it?
Now for the possibly the last panel. There's a spaghetti junction in there. So my task today is to transfer where these places are onto my board. That's going to go up there. So I've got to mark up where each of these are. That's the light switch. That's going to be the mains isolator. That's going to be a socket, 240 volt socket. I've got to mark that onto the board here. So having done all the measuring, hopefully I've got them in the right place. Now to do the drilling and the cutting. So I cut out the hole for the light switch, power sockets, put in the holes for the cables. Now to see if they're in the right place and whether everything will fit through.
The artist I'll never be. I'm so sorry I never stay. Overreact and just walk away.
Oh, look at that. Mike's finished all the painting. Looks good. Well, it's priming. Oh, it smells of paint in here.
Yeah, well, it's just painted.
It looks good, Mike.
Yeah, do for the first, that's the primer coat.
So that's it for this week's episode. Mike's done a really good job. Next episode we'll be working on the bed frame.
And maybe looking towards the shower.
That's exciting. Until then,
have fun,
stay safe
and be happy.